Cream. Is it?
Ah,
There you go.
okay.
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's start our class with this. I'm going to share this link by Zoom, by chat Zoom. So my question is, when you hear, what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind when you hear the word language learning? Okay, so try to write the word. Okay, I'm going to click on that link. I don't know if you are writing. A question. New friends, a question, new opportunities, new experiences. What come to your mind when you think language learning? I repeat that word. Okay, new opportunities. If you couldn't write the words, you can write it on the chat too, on the Zoom chat Zoom, because I can visualize only. Okay, cultures, ways to understand. New experiences, new opportunities, acquisition, new friends, knowledge, cultures. Okay, I have more. Okay, you have a lot of ideas, knowledge, grammar rules, discover. Okay, good ideas. So let's start. Reason for learning. So what do you think people learn English nowadays? Why? Why did you decide this this career? If you can share with me to start a class. You can write your comments on the chat if you want. Okay, let's start. All around the world, students of all ages are learning to speak English, but the reason for wanting to study English can differ greatly. Some people go to university and study English, and this is my experience, because I'm giving English classes to a student from university, and I feel that they want to pass the level, they want to pass the course, but not because they like it. Sometimes they feel frustrated when they sit down and check the exam, and they have a lot of or mountain of English questions, right? Some people study because they have to pass a level or to pass levels in the university, right? And some people study English because they want to have a new job, to have a better job, or because they want to travel around the world. Those are the reason for people want to learn English. Some students only learn English because it is on the curriculum, as I told you, because I have to study. That's all. Primary or secondary level. It's like obligation, right? So many people learn English because they have to move into a target community, for example. So you know English, you are English teachers, and suddenly you have the opportunity to travel another country, to travel to Canada, and you're going to speak, you're going to be in a target community, and you need obviously to speak all the time, right? And they need to be able to operate successfully between that community. Some students need for a specific purpose, right? For example, you are a teacher, and a person call you, and this person need to learn English because this person is a nurse, or is a doctor, or this person has a business, and people need to learn English because they have a purpose. Maybe they need to learn banking vocabulary, tourism, nursing, or learn how to operate in the business world, right? So here you have the reason for people or student want to learn. So here you have many students in English in order to study English speaking university. As I told you, they feel frustrated, and that is when you have to be have to be more. You have to apply your techniques, right? Because could be a little bored for them. So in order that they can reach their goals. So to pass the university, and they can access, because they need to access English language academic test, right? Many people think that English is useful. Can you tell me on the chat? Many people think that English is useful. So I gave you some reason. So try to write on the chat. And what do you think about this? Many people think that English is useful. Why is useful? You can write your experience too. Write it on the chat and try to participate.
Can I ask you for a favor? Sorry for interrupting.
Yes.
Can you make the screen bigger?
The
Like
screen
in
bigger?
presentation mode?
Oh, yeah,
In presentation
sorry.
mode.
Sorry for that. Okay, see?
The one that it's like a clock? No. Para
Like
que se haga
this?
presentación.
Like this. Okay,
Okay.
ready?
Thank you.
It's better. Sorry. Okay. Okay, you can write your comments. Laura said, because English is considered the second language around the world to communicate each other. Another comment? So Fernando say, I think that thanks to this language, it's great to be able to communicate with more cities. Many countries, good. Fernanda and Laura, thank you. English opens many doors. Isabel says, I come to his course because I want to learn about how to use the TIC in the classroom. Obviously, we're gonna learn a lot of tools that we learn in the pandemic. I remember in the pandemic time, we learned a lot. Today, we are surrounded by technology. Here we have English is useful. English is useful to break the cultural differences. English is useful because you can use it to make new friends, have English speaking co-workers. Yeah. We can also find love. Yeah, Kobe. I used to say that to my students at the university. So please try to study English because maybe you're gonna find your love, your true love is in another country, maybe it's in another country. Okay. So the purpose students have for learning will have an effect on what is they want and need to learn, right? So you have to take on count for the group that you have, maybe children, adults, or teenagers. You have to keep in mind what your student want to learn, right? And make your lessons according to their necessities, right? Business English student will want to spend a lot of time concentrating on the language needed for a specific transaction or situation, right? They have you have to make a list, a vocabulary, or everything that they need. So in fact, when you are teaching, you are teaching, you are learning too, because you have to learn the vocabulary, the business vocabulary, medicine vocabulary. So, and you increase your vocabulary when you are teaching too. A student of general English, including those studying that language as part of their primary and secondary education, will not have such a specific need. They will almost certainly look from those for students with more clearly identifiable needs, right? So you have to identify and maybe separate. You have to know what are the strategies that you're going to use for each student, because your students have different levels and they have different ways to learn, right? Most of the students can learn with maybe they learn math quickly, or another ones can learn with sounds, right? So you have to use those kind of strategies. You have to identify the group of students that can learn in that way and another group that can learn in another way. Okay. Now you're going to have an activity. You're going to have an activity. So you're going to do it individually. Let me stop sharing. Let me stop sharing here and let me share the platform. Just hold on. Go to the course. Go to the course topic one, and you will have the activity one. I'm going to show you the activity one. Just hold on. Okay. Did you find it? Isabel, Maria, Laura, Gabriela?
Yes.
Okay, let me see. This is, I can move this. Okay. Topic. Activity one. I thought you will find class activity reason for learning. You can make groups. You're gonna work in pairs, okay? Maybe Gabriela with Viviana or Lisbeth with Lourdes, okay? Activity one, reason for learning. Here you have, let me click on this. Here you have. Did you open the file?
There's no file there. You cannot open that.
Okay, I'm gonna open. Okay, this is the worksheet. This is the reason for learning activity that you're going to match. Yeah, you're going to match. Because I attach this in the folder. Okay. You can do it individually. Did you find it?
Teacher, I can open the file, teacher.
You can open.
No.
Look at this. I have opened. I have attached here. Or here. Look at this. Right here you can.
I don't can too.
Me
The file is
neither.
there, teacher, but I can't open
Okay.
the file.
Okay, let me. Let me share the file on the screen. Okay, dear student, I have sent by WhatsApp the file. You can open the file. Sorry, because I don't know why you cannot open the worksheet. So you're gonna make this activity, and you're gonna tell me you're going to match. Okay, match the student needs on the left with the term of on the right. Okay, Viviana, do you have the worksheet? Lisbeth?
Yes, I have it.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what happened because I sent, or I don't know why can you, it's not, you cannot see the worksheet. Brian, I sent the worksheet that I have showing you by WhatsApp because I put this worksheet on a platform, but I don't know why you cannot download the worksheet. Okay, try to read the material and make the match. Make the match, okay? Let me know when you finish. You're there?
I'm done.
That's it.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Yes.
you.
Sorry, I have a question. I couldn't enter to the class at the beginning. Did you give any specific information about the platform
Mhm. Yeah, I gave information
or
about the
about the activity that
platform.
we have to?
Yeah, if you after the class, when we finish the class, you can check the. I have sent something. Then something about the platform, how to manage the platform. Okay, after the class you can check it. And now we're doing this that I send it by WhatsApp. Right? Match the student needs on the left with the term on the right. You have to read the material, the PowerPoint that you have in the platform. I'm gonna show you where you can find a I think is okay.
So are the videos going to be uploaded in the platform?
Yeah, but I send this worksheet by WhatsApp too, if you cannot do it.
So that's not gonna
Right.
be uploaded in the platform.
Okay, here you have. Look at the WhatsApp and try to download this and do it. Okay, and you have to read the material on the platform. Yes, let's see.
I ask about the videos. Are the videos of the classes going to be uploaded to the platform?
Yes, how to manage the video, how to manage the platform was sent by WhatsApp. Okay.
No, about this video, the video that you're recording now.
Ah, yeah. Okay, there is no problem. You can check it later because I'm recorded. You
Okay.
can check. You can check it later. Okay, there is no problem. Try to do the exercise. Let me know when you finish. Isabel, I have sent the worksheet by WhatsApp because I think the students have problems to download this worksheet, but I sent it by WhatsApp.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Okay.
But one question is, right now, what we are going to do? I don't understand.
Yes, you have to do this worksheet. Okay, you have to resolve. You have to, according to the I gave you now that we read together, you have to read and then you have to match this. You have to match the student need on the left with the terms on the right.
Okay, thank you. Right.
In the PowerPoint, you will read it again and try to resolve. And then you can comment about.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, welcome to our class. We are doing an activity that I sent by WhatsApp. Okay, finish. Okay, let's see.
Sorry, I have a question. Once that I finish, how can I upload it in the platform? I mean, how do I know my
Ye-
grade?
Yeah, I have look at the platform in which I put this. I upload the worksheet, but I don't know why you can download. Okay, so let me show you. Are you in the WhatsApp group? Are you in the WhatsApp group? No,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I sent the, I
I'm there.
sent the worksheet by WhatsApp group because something happened. I don't know why you can not download the worksheet, but you can do it by WhatsApp. You can download the worksheet by WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you have to read about the first pages of the PowerPoint, and then you have to resolve this.
Teacher, when we finish, we have to upload to the platform or just we send to the WhatsApp group?
No, just we're gonna work after I'm gonna give them instructions, okay? So because I have to resolve why not see the worksheet, because I upload, but I don't know why. Okay, let's if you have finished, we can resolve this together, okay? Stephanie, did you finish? Lourdes?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you are wrong, we're gonna check it, okay? I'm gonna share. We're gonna share a pin about this activity, right? Ready? Okay. A. Could you please, Isabel? Could you please read A?
On the literal A, I see I have to able to write projects and my test in English that I connect with English academic purpose.
Very
Or
good.
it's possible to state English for a specific purpose too.
Could be, yes. English for academic purpose, or could be English for a specific purpose. Okay, but but A is with English for academic purpose. Very good. Gabriela, what do you have letter B? Gabriela? You there? Or Lisbeth? Lisbeth? Can you please read letter B?
Quintana, teacher.
Letter B. Read letter B and try to
Okay.
connect it with the answer.
I need to learn English so that I can work as a nurse in English-speaking context. This is business English.
Business English. Yeah, that's correct. Business English. Very good. And C, letter Viviana.
What's the business there?
Letter C. Try to read letter C.
Letter C. I think English is an important international language, and so I'd like to learn it in case I need it. Letter C is general English.
General English. That's right. General English. Good. And letter D. Letter D. Let me see because I can see. I can see. Huh? Brian. Letter D. Letter D.
We came in this country as refugees and we want to make it success of our lives here. I guess is English for a specific purposes.
What do you think?
English for a specific purposes.
Purpose.
I'm so confused because I guess it's between English for specific purposes or target language community interactive.
Remember that target language community, when you are in an English environment, you need English, right? In this case, it says, we came in this country as a refugees, and we want to make it success of our lives here. These people need to communicate, right? So that is target language because they have to learn English because they need to communicate with other people. So it's letter D is target language community.
Target language community interactive. Thank you. Thank you, Miss.
Yes. Okay. There is no problem. You can commit mistake. There is. And letter E, obviously, letter E. Who wants Stephanie? You want to read letter E. Stephanie. Fernanda or Lourdes?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, try to read. Help me with letter E.
Okay. We are trying to establish commercial links with international trading partners, so I need to improve my English. I think so is the letter
E?
yes. Is
Letter
English for specific purposes?
English for a specific purpose, yeah, could be, or could be business English. Could be business English too, right?
Yes. Both are okay, right?
Both are okay. You can match it, okay?
Thank you so much, teacher.
Okay, let's see.
But
So we're gonna,
yeah. And we have two options. We have to be only one.
Yeah. Yeah, you can explain if you have another opinion about. Lourdes.
The last one for me is only business.
Business, yeah. We are living to establish commercial links with international trading. It could be business English and English.
Is only for something academic.
Right. Letter E could be business English or English for a specific purpose, because maybe you are a businesswoman and you try to learn a certain vocabulary or things that can help you to communicate with in order to make business, right?
If it were a test and I have these options, only one option has to be correct.
Yeah. For me, could be business or English for a specific purpose. But let's see. Letter A goes with English for academic purpose, right? Letter B goes with business English.
What's the business there?
Letter C goes with general English. Okay, you can correct. Letter C goes with general English. Letter D goes with target language community interactive. And letter E goes with English for a specific purpose. But if you analyze, could be both. But I'm giving you the correct answer. Okay? Did you check it?
No.
I must say that specific purpose is to be a nurse or work as a nurse in a place, in a specific place.
Something happened with your audio, Lourdes?
Much the students needs on the left with terms on the right. I have to be able to write projects in my thesis in English. No sé, general English, English for academic purpose.
Letter A is English for academic purpose.
No entendí nada. I need to learn English so that I can work as
Yeah. I have read carefully. I have to be able to write projects and in my thesis in English. So what is the answer? This person is learning English for academic purpose, right? Yeah, for academic, because this person needs to make a project to write a thesis, right? Okay. Are you confused with the answers?
I would say letter E is business. Trading is business.
Yeah. Okay. Ready? It's clear? I'm going to repeat the answer if you want. Let me know. Okay.
I'm sorry, teacher.
Sorry, Lucy.
Please, can you give me a big favor? Can you repeat again the correct answer, please? I'm lost with something.
Okay. A, I have to be able to write projects and my thesis in English. That is English academic purpose.
Yes.
Right. Letter B, I need to learn English so that I can work as a nurse in English speaking contest. That is business English. I need to learn English so that I can work as a nurse in English speaking context. Because this person needs to learn the medicine, I don't know, medicine vocabulary, right? So it's business English.
Medicine,
Letters,
something specific.
yeah, could be specific too, but
So if I
remember
study
that, yeah, could be
engineering,
business
something
or
specific.
specific. Yeah, it's
Okay.
but we're gonna match like
I
and
think
C,
letter E is business English.
Yeah, letter E is business.
yeah, could be,
It's not
yeah.
the big
But
is.
if the remember that letter B said, I need to learn English so I can work as a nurse in English. This person needs a specific,
Yeah, this is specific.
specific, but
Purpose.
business. Could be both, right? Could be both business English or English for a specific purpose. Okay. If you match like that, it's okay. It's okay. Now, letter C. I think English is an important international language, so I like to learn in a case I need it. Right? That is it said I like to learn in a case I need it. I need it. General English. General English, right? Letter D. Letter D. We came in this country as a refugees and we want to make it success of our life here. That is target language. Because it's these people want to communicate. They're gonna have it in an English environment. They have to interact with people. That letter D is target language community interactive, right? And letter E, we are trying to establish commercial links with international trading. So it's English for a specific purpose or could be business English, right? Could be both, right? It's okay. Could be business English or English for a specific purpose, right? If you match like that, okay? There's no problem. Okay, let's see the next part. The next part. I'm gonna send another worksheet by WhatsApp because we had that problem. And we have here EFL. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, EFL, ESL, ESO. For many years, we have made a distinction between people who study English as a foreign language, right? And those who study it as a second or other language. It has been suggested that a student English as a foreign language tend to be learning so they can use English when traveling, right? That's the difference. English as a foreign language tend to be learning so they can use English when they traveling because they want to communicate with other people, from other countries who also speak English. EFL, a student English. EFL, second on other language, students are in effect living in a global target community. So they need to study. They need to study because they want to communicate in that community. The necessity of these students are not so specific. EFL, English as a foreign language, the necessities are not specific to a particular time or a place. Not specific, okay? English as a second language, students, on the other hand, are usually living in a target community, right? For example, Scottish, English, Southern English for England, Australian, and they want to learn because they need to, for example, rent a flat, going to the bank, or accessing health services. So they need to communicate to resolve problems like that. So they need English for that. They may need to combine learners English with knowledge. So here you have, for example, rent a flat, maybe resolve, go to the bank and resolve something, right? So that's why they learn English. However, this distinction begins to look less satisfactory when we look at the way people use English in global context. The use of English for international communication, especially with the internet, means that many EFL students are in the effect living in a global target language community and might be thought of as ES student state. Right. But what is the distinction for ESOL? This term was created because some students are learning English in a native country. Maybe the English that they are learning maybe is the third language. Could be the third language that they are learning or fourth language for them. So their English is limited, right? So ESOL, when you are talking about ESOL or someone talk to you about ESOL, this term was created because some students are learning English, but learning English in a native country. But maybe that the English that they are learning could be their third language or fourth language for them, right? That is ESOL. Here you have a school and language school. What do you think people or parents in Ecuador think about to change their children to another schools, or to enroll them in a private or academy English school? What do you think, Maria Andra?
Sorry. Well, I actually work in a language school, and most of the teenagers that go there are because they need like all the makeup classes they need, because in the school they aren't taught English well enough.
Yeah, some institutions here are not bilingual, right? The problem is, as a mother, if my son is studying in a high school that they are not teaching English well, I have to enroll my son in a academic in an English academy, right? But for me, it's a disadvantage because I have to pay more for his studies, right? Language school advantages. Many parents consider sending their children to a language school because most of the schools don't have a good level of English, right? They are not bilingual program. So the thing is that many parents require to change their children another kind of school. And what is the advantage that that private, not private, what is the advantage that a bilingual school have? What is the advantage for you? Do you think? Can you write it in the chat if you want? What is the advantages? What is bilingual school and how does it work? How does it work? What are the advantages that this bilingual school have? You can write your opinion in the chat if you want.
I think that, sorry, I am going to comment something. I think that in the bilingual English is that most of the subjects are presented in English, so that could improve the vocabulary, and that would be only for this, the subjects are most shown in English.
Everything is in English, including the recess.
Yeah.
Yeah. In simple terms, bilingual schools, students are taught in 2 languages. A student to become proficient in both languages, right? This institution integrates the languages into all aspects. As I told you, in the recess, teachers speak in English all the time, any moment, right? All aspects under students can practice English and they can have with this English environment, right? And what are the advantages for the students? What are the advantages for these students?
In bilingual schools?
in bilingual schools.
Well, they are surrounded by people who speak the language.
Mhm. They develop cultural language skill. Bilingual education provide that kids can resolve problems, right? Provide a student with many cognitive benefits, right? Such as better problem solving, right? A skill, a student can be multitasking person. This bilingual institution, the teacher assign a project, right? Everything in English. So when the student graduate, they are ready for real life, right? So any comments that you that you can say about this school and language schools?
I'll say that there are many schools here in Ecuador that are called bilingual schools, but in reality they aren't. So they try to benefit from that. Children don't learn in some places.
Yeah, I remember in my time, I am 45 years old, and I remember that in my time, not a long time ago, bilingual schools are called institution who teach teach English only 2 hours per a day, only 2 hours English like a subject. But now the teenagers, students have science, they have math in English, they have social studies, everything in English. But long time ago, we call bilingual schools the schools that teach only 2 hours a day, 2 hours a day. The English as a subject, right? I don't know if now there are this kind of schools. Bilingual school increase student. Lisbeth said, bilingual school increases student knowledge and help them to interact in another language. Says Isabel said, starting from me, I sent my daughter to private school for many reasons. First one, cover their teacher give the order to talk in English into the classroom. Also, they need to practice all the time, including at home with their parents. Also, some students have the opportunity to travel to abroad and take some subject, and it's allow grow in knowledge. Another disadvantage could be that when our children study in this high level of English institution, parents are concerned about to have a private teacher for them, right? Because the children have to pass for exam, and they have to prepare them, right? They have to study, and they have to put them a private teacher too.
Sorry,
That is another.
if
This is
that's
another.
School, parents are going to hire another teacher.
Yeah.
Why?
That's a problem.
Why would that happen?
Yeah. So that is it's because some children don't have the correct level. So I think that
Okay. Maybe the ones who didn't start maybe from the
scratch.
Yeah.
The institution have to maybe to to arrange the levels, right? The levels inside the school. Bilingual school increases student knowledge and help them to and interact in another language. Bilingual school.
Mm.
It's a problem, I think, and it's a problem for parents. I think that institutions have to reorganize the way that they have to learn. They need to reorganize to put the kids in the correct level, right? What do you think?
I mean, if 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 I have a son and my son studied in a public school and then I want to change him into a bilingual school, and my son is already like 10 or 11, so that's my responsibility to hire a teacher for him. Yeah, in that case, yes. But if the students start from scratch, so as you said, their progress is similar for all of them.
It's a problem for parents. So large classes and one-to-one teaching. So what happened when we have many students? We have 45, 40 students in public institutions, in public schools. We have a lot of students, we have many students, large classes, 40, 45, and we have to make up strategies. Maybe we have to make groups to make mix of group with high levels, with intermediate levels, right? Because maybe you cannot make even a feedback, right? Because you have a lot. Have you ever have a class with many students? Do you have classes with this amount of students? Can you share the experience?
I don't work in public institutions. My sister does. So I don't know how she manages to do that, because
you can handle your class.
I wouldn't be
You
able to.
manage.
My sister can manage that. So I don't know how she does that, but it's too much for a teacher. I think that she has like 500 students. So in the school year, so it's too much work.
It's too much work, paperwork. So some students prefer to have a private session with just, we are talking about like teacher, right? But in this case, it's about learners. Some students prefer to have a private session with just them on their own. This is commonly referred to as one-to-one teaching. What happens if the learner go and see that there are many students in the classroom, they don't feel well, they commonly go to a one-to-one teaching or private, right? English is taught in some environments to groups of over 40 students at a time. Government school classes in many countries have 30 students. In Ecuador, how many students do we have? More than 30 in government school, like
More than 30.
Whereas a typical number in a private language school lies somewhere between 8. Private, I think 20, right? 20 students in a classroom. not 15. The real is in Ecuador is 20, 25. I think we can handle that. So does class size really matter? Does class size really matter? What do you think? What are the problems that you have when you have many students?
My guess would be that it depends on the number of the student one. Two, it depends on what activities do you plan to do. If you have a classroom with 50 desk chairs, you cannot do much. And I guess working with kids is easier than working with teenagers and adults. That's my opinion.
You like to work with kids?
I am
You
a
want-
preschool teacher, but I work with one kid, 3 teenagers, and I have adult courses.
You have, but you prefer work with kids.
Yes.
So teach kids is a challenge, right? I think if you teach children, you can teach all the levels. I think that is true. What do you think, Stephanie, Maria?
Well, I think it depends. There are teenagers that are really like, I don't care if I'm here, I am only here because my parents forced me to come, and I'm like, if you don't have to be here, let us right there. But then again, it's their parents' choice, not much the student.
Yeah. Is it impossible? They don't, for example, kids, you are there, they don't stop moving around you or touching things when they are older, much less when they are toddlers. So you don't know, you have to you have to be patient, right? It is sound frustrating sometimes and extremely stressful if you don't have experience, right? When you start working on this career. What is like to teach English to children? What is like to teach English to children?
Well, it's really nice because it depends on how you start classes, on how you plan. Once you get all settled with the rules and like the what you have to do and what you don't, then it goes smoothly. I don't think it's a piece of cake, but it's really worth it.
Yeah. Children get bored and distracted very easily, and you have to plan with the son, with the project, funny. You have to plan in a funny way, engaging activities, songs, a lot of songs. Personally, I love teaching English, but because teaching English to kids, right? So there is a word called tempus fugit. I'm gonna write it. Tempus fugit. I'm gonna write it here. Yes. Tempus fugit. So means that that time with kids go fast because you are jumping with them, right? But the thing is, what happened if does the class size really matter? Yes, but you need to create strategies. the strategy that you need is, for example, you have to put, you have to separate the groups, and put the kids who have high levels with others who have upper intermediate, and they can share information and they can learn each other, right? So could be better for you. Clearly, the size of class will affect how we teach. Pair work and group work are often used in a large classes to give a student more chances for interactions than they will otherwise get with world-class teaching. In one-to-one setting, the teacher is able to tailor the lesson, right? Because you are in front of him or her, the teacher is able to tailor the lesson and individual specific needs. You can realize what the things that your kid needs, right? With large classes, the teacher may well teach from the front more often than the smaller group, where mingling with the student when they work in pairs maybe be more flexible, right? Real and virtual learning environment. Okay, so in the pandemic time, we learned a lot about the tools that we needed in that time to engage our students. Language learning has traditionally involved a teacher and student or students being in the same physical space. Do you think that now we can, it's better face-to-face presential classes or virtual like we are doing that? What do you prefer?
In my case, I prefer on-site classes because I get to see my coworkers, and most of the time the person who used to be my boss didn't answer my WhatsApp text, and it was really frustrating. So I prefer to be there and like ask all my doubts and then come home. But in this case where I work, you have like on-site classes, online classes, and hybrid classes. So it's a bunch of different things.
So, but with kids could be difficult, right?
Not really.
Okay.
While in pandemic, I used to have kids groups, and they had their books. They had all the materials like where they can get them, and we work smoothly.
So I remember in the pandemic, COVID-19, we learned a lot of tools, right, to engage students, and we learned. It was like a surprise. We learned immediately. A school, high school, worldwide were conducting e-learning during COVID-19 pandemic to continue the education. Some results reveal that most of the teachers were conducted without training. I remember that when in the pandemic time, COVID-19, I learned a lot and then I did it alone. Most of the teachers were conducted in classes without any training, right? So we learned were conducted examination using online platform. We have to learn platform, right? Teacher perceive it teaching as effective during pandemic, right? The major challenge for us was try to engage our students. Were difficulty because we needed to monitoring, we needed to give feedback through the screen, right? Through the screen or on a platform. So we have to learn a lot of tools to engage students. So language learning has traditionally involved a teacher and a student or a student being in the same physical space. However, the development of high-speed internet access has helped to bring about new virtual learning environments. Some of these issues for both real and virtual learning environment are the same. We need the same motivation. We need the same motivation for our kids, for our students. Virtual learning is significantly different from face-to-face classes for a number of reasons. What are the benefits? Here you have benefits. A student can attend lesson when they want. For example, you are here, you are in your house, you are in your job, maybe you are in your job and you are listening to this class, right? And you will have time to answer a forum, to interact with your classmate. You can travel if you have an emergency, you can travel and you can continue with this course, right? That is the benefit to study online. You can log on from any location in the world. The physical reality of having teachers and a student around you, when you are learning, you can see their expression and get the messages from the gesture or tone of voice, right? Most of the time, for example, here you are looking at me and you see my expressions, but when you are sending a homework or I'm writing something or posting something on the forum, you cannot see my face or the way that I'm writing. Okay, the same when you are chatting. Physical reality. Do you think that physical reality is important for learners? Physical reality.
Yes, because we interact with all the class at the same time.
For you, it's important, obviously. Can you make comments on the chat too? The physical reality of having teacher and student around you. When you are learning, you can see their expression and get the message from the gesture or tone of voice. Learner differences. Whatever the reason for learning, it is sometimes tempting to see all the students, there are marked differences, not only in terms of their age and level, but also in terms of individual abilities. So when we are learning English, it's not about our age, it's about our ability, our knowledge, right? We will examine some of these differences. So learners, we have ages. Learners are often described as children, young learners, adolescents, young adults, or adults. These are the ages, right? Between education, the term. Children, learners between the ages of, this is the range, right? Learners between the ages of about 2 to about 5. Young learners between the ages of about 6 to about 9. Adolescent is bound up with physical and emotional changes rather than chronological age. Remember that adolescent is different, work with them. A student from about 12. A student from the ages of about 12 and 16 are adolescents. Young adults are thought to be between 17 and 20. Right? So that is the ages, the range. Children. We know that children don't just focus on what is being taught, but they learn all sort of things at the same time. Taking information around them, seeing, hearing, touching. So kids always remember, I have to go to my school because I want to see my teacher. I want to see because I learned something new. So you always have to make fun activities to engage them all the time. So they always want to touch something. They learn with the sense. Children usually respond well to activities that focus on their lives and experience. What kind of tasks work with his age group? Write your comments on the chat. What kind of tasks work with this age group? Could you please put an example on chat? What kind of task? Tasks that you have worked with them.
Maybe, for example, when you are reading a book and what you read relates to something they experienced or something on their daily routine.
Their routines. It's a basic picture in groups, what they can see, something that attract the attention of them. Very good, Stephanie. Use Relia, good. Now it's not necessary that you can show the pictures, but you can show real things, right? Another hobbies, affective questions, very good. That's What else? What kind of activities? We're gonna learn activities and tools. Role play, supermarket. What else? No more. Brian, Gabriela, Lourdes. Lourdes, did you write? No? Only Stephanie, Laura. Viviana.
I would say the ones that my friends wrote. I don't work with children, so I don't know many of those activities.
Okay, okay. So, as your classmate wrote on the chat, hobbies, songs, affective question, what else? Something that that you have to be very creative, in which you can use colors, projects. For example, if you are teaching science, part of a plant, you can go with them to the playground and water the plants. Something that they can touch, that can learn more with the senses, right? You have to work like that. We're gonna make an activity, another activity that I'm going to send by WhatsApp because you cannot download from the platform. I'm gonna send, let me stop sharing. I'm going to send it right now. The activity is different context for learning. Okay, please try to do it. Let me share right now. Okay, I send this by WhatsApp. Different contexts for learning. Read the following description and say which, sorry. Okay, sorry. So different contexts for learning. What are you gonna do? Read the following description and say which learning context in the box they refer to. Here, sorry. Did you find it? Okay, you're gonna read. In the box they refer to, you have English lesson as a secondary school, in company teaching, large classes, private languages school, one-to-one teacher, virtual learning. You're gonna put the letter next to the description. Viviana, did you find it, Isabel? Brian?
I have a question. In letter D, it says we have to find techniques which will allow students some individual work or pair work to counteract the problem of numbers. What do you refer with that?
We have to find techniques which will allow students some individual work or pair work to counteract the problem of number. I think it's large classes.
I
Some-
meant it's
some
number of problems or problem of number.
The problem of numbers. The problem of numbers.
Thank you.
Let's see the easier. Do the easier first. Brian, do you download? Laura, Stephanie?
Yes, I download it.
Yes,
Okay.
teacher, thank you.
Okay. Let me know when you finish the activity.
I'm done.
Okay. Remember that the answers, you can check the material, the PowerPoint. But you can see the PowerPoint on the platform, right? Can you see the PowerPoint on the platform? Because I uploaded the material too.
It is in the tip number 1. But where is the PowerPoint?
Yeah, the PowerPoint is possible to download.
Do you have the PowerPoint?
Yep.
Okay. You can visualize the PowerPoint, but you cannot see the activities. That's weird. Okay, here we go. Gabriela, English lesson at secondary school. What do you have? A, B, C, D, E? Or not yet? Stephanie? Brian, are you ready? No, not yet. Fernanda?
I
Not yet.
have letter C in the English
Okay.
lesson in secondary school.
Okay. English lesson of a secondary school. What do you have, Brian?
Letter C.
Letter C. Stephanie, what do you have? Fernanda? What do you have a letter C? Sorry, English lesson at a secondary school? Stephanie. you have
The first or the second, teacher?
English lesson at secondary school. What do you have?
Okay, I think is the we have to find the techniques which will allow students some individual work or paid work to
English-
counter numbers.
English lesson at a secondary
Yes.
school. Another answer.
Let me check, please, teacher.
Okay, Fernanda. Let's see your answer. I think you can listen to me and I'm writing. Okay, Stephanie, you try to participate on the chat, please. On the chat. Try to read again and answer.
According to me, it's A, but I'm not sure.
Okay, virtual learning. Let's start with the easier. Virtual learning. What do you have in virtual learning?
Letter A.
Letter A.
Sí.
What do you have in virtual learning? Vamos desde abajo, okay? Virtual learning. What do you have?
I have C.
Sí, María. Virtual learning. The job of the teacher is to ignore the fact that the student have to be there. Ignore that the student have to be there and instead treat all the lesson as something special, right? Virtual learning, letter C. Virtual learning, letter C. One-to-one teaching. One-to-one teaching. Right on the chat.
I have
One-to-one.
B.
One-to-one teaching. What do you have?
Letter B.
One-to-one.
Okay. It's possible to connect with the letter B.
One-to-one teacher, letter B, is vital to find exactly what the student need and enter into a dialogue with him or her about the content of a lesson. It's a vital to find out exactly what your student needs. One-to-one teaching with letter B. Private language school. Private language school. We're talking about private language school.
Letter F.
Letter F.
Letter F. Very good. We try to keep class size down to a minimum of 10 our clients expected. That's it. That is private language school is letter F. Is letter F. Large classes. What do you have large classes?
Letter D.
Letter D, large classes. We have to find techniques which will allow students some individual work or pair work to counteract the problem of numbers. That is large classes. That is letter D. Very good, Laura and the students. In company teaching, that's it. Company teaching. In company teaching.
Letter E.
Company teaching. We prefer teacher to come to us. That way our employees lose less time. That is in company teaching. English lesson at secondary school.
A.
Is letter. ¿Cuál quedaba? What we have? We prefer teacher. No.
Letter A.
Letter A. That's letter. No. Letter. Letter A. Even though a student may not be physically present, there are still issues of student motivation and learning management to be dealt with. Letter A.
Why does it say may not be physically present? Why is it negative?
English lesson at secondary. We're gonna write here. In company, please let me know. In company is
E.
letter E. Okay. Large classes is
D.
It's D. Large classes, D.
Yes.
Private language school,
F.
F. It's letter F. We try to keep class 1-to-1.
Letter B.
B.
It's better to find exactly your student needs. It's letter B. Virtual learning, we have to find and we will no ignore. That's letter C. Virtual.
Yes, letter B, C.
And this is A. English lesson as a secondary. Even though a student may not be physically present, there are still issues or student motivation and learning management to be dealt with.
Explain that to me.
Even though a student may not be physically present, there are still issues of student motivation. Both, we need motivation in virtual classes and we need motivation all the time for our students. We need motivation. Kids, adults, adolescents, secondary school. We need motivation, right? So now we're gonna make another activity that I planned for you. Don't hate me, please. Okay. So we're gonna make groups. No, we're going to work in pairs. Let me show you this. You're gonna work with your classmate. This activity. I'm gonna take the list too. You're going to create a warm-up, right? You're gonna write your names here. After that, after the class, you're going to upload the activities that you have done with me in the class and this activity too. Activity 3 is write a motivation on the board and try to get the student the definition. Sorry. Let me, something happened with the microphone.
Ya le veo, compañerita, estoy en unas clases, ya le veo. ¿Ya?
Okay. Okay, if you haven't completed worksheet 1 and 2, there is no problem. You can upload late, right? Activity 3, write a motivation on the board. I'm gonna send this by WhatsApp too. Write a motivation on the board and try to get the student the definition of what it means to them. Okay, you're gonna work with your friend, choose your friend, your classmate. What are the differences can you think of between a beginner, an advanced student, an elementary student, and an upper intermediate student? You're gonna make activity 3 only one. Number 2, you're not going to do number 2. You're gonna make Wednesday, okay? Number 2, you're not gonna make number 2, but you're gonna make this. You're going to resolve this. Okay, you're going to resolve, make advantage and disadvantage, grid for children, adolescent, adult. Who do you think is being described in these examples? You're gonna put C, you're gonna put adult, you're gonna put A for adolescent. Number 2, you're not gonna make number 2, you're gonna make this exercise next Wednesday. Only you're going to prepare, you're going to create a motivation with your class. Maybe Brian with Laura, Stephanie with the person that you want, okay? The person that you want. You can make group here.
I don't get it.
Brian,
You are the one
uh-huh.
who's going to make the groups?
Yeah, only we're gonna work in pairs. For example, Brian with Laura, Fernanda with Viviana. Choose your classmate. Choose your classmate, okay? Let me see how to create the group here. Okay, let's see. We're going to you're going to chat. You're going to chat. Let me check here. For example, Viviana is going to work with, I don't know, Lisbeth. You can chat by inbox, right?
So can you make the groups?
There are no groups. You're gonna work in pairs. In pairs. Lourdes, find your classmate. Stephanie, find your classmate. Pairs, okay? And then you're going to do this worksheet. Only exercise number 1 and exercise 3. You can chat by Zoom, okay? You can chat by Zoom and you're going to share your ideas about this motivation and then you're gonna write the motivation, okay? You understand?
So I think that would be better if you open the breakout rooms and we work with another person.
Yeah, I know. But let me find what is this option. Just hold on.
¿Estás buscando?
Okay, can you check because I have created the rooms. Can you see the rooms? Room
No,
1, room 2,
yours,
room 3. Yeah. Remember, you're gonna work in pairs.
you have to send us to the breakout room.
Like this. Okay. I'm gonna send.
Motivation.
Teacher, please. I'm waiting for worksheets I don't receive.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Just hold on. I'm gonna send the worksheet by WhatsApp. Okay, because I have to solve the problem that you cannot see the worksheets on the platform, right?
No, I can see it because the letter is very small. I'm checking on the WhatsApp, but I don't receive.
Okay, but can you download and do that in the computer? On the computer, can you do the version on the computer? No?
No, I can do it. Before the worksheets,
And your classmate? On the
I was
classmate?
opening on the
Maybe you can give the ideas to your classmate and your classmate is going to write.
Okay, let me. Thank you. I receive now.
Okay. Let me know if you have problems. Maybe if you cannot write, you can do it later, but try to do it on, I don't know, on a Word. On a Word. Hello. Okay, if you haven't completed, could you please show me what you have? And Wednesday you're going to show me what you have about the motivation and the exercise number 3. What do you have? What do you do? Isabel, Gabriela, Lisbeth, Brian, Lourdes, Viviana. There's no problem if you haven't completed the activity, but show me what you have, okay, in the first activity.
Can I start?
Yeah, Brian.
Okay. The first activity says.
Could you
write a
please show
motivation-
me? Show me
Sorry?
what you have. Show me what you
Okay.
have in the worksheet.
You have to give him the
I have
control
disabled
and
the
share
screen
the
sharing.
screen.
Yeah, that's why I send you the worksheet. But okay, Brian, show me your.
It's unable to
Okay.
share the screen.
Hold on. I don't have that option. Okay. Okay, Brian, just tell me what you have. I don't know what is the. How can you share the screen?
Okay, in the first activity, it says write a motivation on the board and try to get the students' definition of what it means to them. Okay, one of the motivation on the board, I have guessed a clue, is an exercise for the students that on the board, there is a specific word that we have to give some clues. One of the students have to guess the word, and only by clues, by the clues given, the student have to try to say the definition of the exact word.
Exactly. Okay, only you're going to tell me the motivation, guys. Okay, very good, Brian. Brian with? You work with?
Lisette Estefania.
Brian with Lisette. I'm gonna check those. Okay. Thank you. Laura with or another.
Okay, teacher, I am here.
Okay.
I am going to read. The topic is about the alphabet. As a cognitive dissonance, pictures of an apple, a banana, and a cat on the board elicit what they are from learners with write A, B, and C in uppercase next to each picture. As an effective question, can you tell the rest of the alphabet? Then write the letters of the alphabet. I now invite learners to come up to the board and write the lowercase letters next to the corresponding uppercase letter. Alternative, ask them to write their names next to the relevant letter or write or draw a word next to the relevant letter.
Mhm. Okay, you are working with the kids,
I was
right?
with, yes, I am English
You
teacher.
have a lot of experience giving
Yes, I have experience.
a
I am English teacher. I work with primary school, elementary. Mhm.
How many years of experience do you have in giving?
They are about 28 students, but in those courses I have students with special needs. It is a little complicated because I need some techniques and technologies because they need a special attention.
Special attention? That's
Mhm.
inclusion. We're gonna see explosion too. You work, Laura. You were with.
I
Do you
was
work
with Gabriela Ortiz.
Okay. Okay. Then Stephanie. Okay. Motivational and the motivation.
Yes. Can you listen to me, teacher?
Yeah.
Okay. In motivation, for example, we can write on the board phrases, could be to any author. And also, you can include, when the students are working, we can include phrases like very good, you are so intelligent, and in that way they can feel motivated to keep working in their activities. That's about the first part.
The first part, the motivation. Mhm. Okay, Stephanie, did you work with?
Uh,
Who do you work with?
Viviana.
Viviana. Okay, Stephanie with Viviana. Then Lourdes.
Okay, sorry. The activity, yeah, the activity is called What's Your Name? So I usually, well, I have done this with children or adolescents. Well, the name is what does your name mean? That is the question that I write on the board, and students have to think of the word for each letter of their numbers or their name. Sorry. So usually they think of positive things. Sometimes it is difficult for some students with low self-esteem, and so usually the low self-esteem. So usually their best friend or maybe another person in the class can tell them a word. Maybe they don't think, for example, that they are intelligent, and another student can give them that adjective or that word. And it is something more so interpersonal for students.
You work with adolescent, right?
Not mainly I work with adults, but I have done this with teenagers or children.
Work with teenagers, it's a challenge too, because they are you have to work with their emotions, right? You have to encourage them a lot. They have problems with parents, so you have to work with them with their emotion. Lourdes, who do you work with?
With Maria Andrade.
Maria Andrade. Maria Andrade. And Fernanda? Fernanda, you are writing in Oh, Fernanda, but did you work with the motivation?
Yes, I write my motivation, but I don't know what is my cover class.
Okay, because I put you with someone, I remember. But not. Okay, tell me your motivation.
So, the favorite routine diaries, right? For the description, a teacher will describe the most favorite teacher of the subject. For example, my favorite subject is mathematics class, but I analyze the characteristics of the favorite subjects. The materials of the need is the note cards, the pens, the pencils, and the direction is the teacher will pair off with their neighborhood and describe their favorite subject from their days and the students. Pair will determine some of the common characteristics their favorite teachers share and write this down or a note card.
You made them speak with this activity, right?
Yes.
Because you give them clues and everything.
Yes.
That is a good activity. Make them speak. Okay. So I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check the platform, and I'm going to visualize why you cannot check the you cannot download the activities. Maybe something that I have to revise here on the platform. I'm going to take the list. Stephanie, Viviana, Lourdes, you are here. Gabriela, you are here. Lisbeth, Brian, Maria Andrade. We are 10, right? Isabel, did you write your motivation? Isabel Arevalo.
I'm sorry.
Hi, Isabel.
Hi, teacher. It's the same case before. I don't know the name of my classwork, but I'm trying on motivation what I do in my class, special to my students with special needs. Choose the special materials to facilitate their class. Also, I'm going to them every time to explain the job. I taking a different topics, but that were so easy for them because they have a big problem with leisure and writing. Right now, I'm working with students from 7th, 8th, and 10th grades.
Teenagers.
Yes, they are teenagers, but it is the first year where I can see a big problems with the students. It is our life today. I think so after the pandemic, COVID-19, coming more problem because the families living the kids or the children with their parents, but the father and mother go to the board, maybe to United States. The children stay in Ecuador, but they suffer. I can see on their face, they look sad, angry. They don't have the love from their parents. sometimes I see it is a big problem because the children come to me and they are looking in the hooks and nice words they want to listen. This is the more difficult to get the learning because
they are looking the love that they don't have in their hands.
yes, they suffer all time. And that is the reason, the really reason, because they can learn not just English, but English is more difficult because it is a second language. Nobody talk at home or around them, only in the classroom. Trying exactly today, I choose a good worksheets, looking the image that connect with the days of the week, ordinal numbers, months of the year, colors, different, to work with a basic vocabulary. Also the readings. Some kids I see were very happy. They tell me, teacher, please all time bring like these worksheets to give the test, because those are enjoyable in the class.
You mean that you are not focused on the learning, or you are teaching basic things to your student because you are concerned about emotional problems?
The both things. I want to teach them. I love to teach, but first I think in their emotions. That's very important for me. That's first. Then the academic. First is the emotion on the children's. They are
about emotions.
Yeah, I think so like this, but I'm sorry, the other teachers maybe have or bring other ideas, but for me is the emotion first. We need to help to them. Yeah, that is my motivation with the students. Also on the third grade bachelors, I'm trying to help them because I can see this is also first time to work with a third grade. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say, bachiller de tercer, estudiantes de tercero. I don't know, but I can see in that classroom the people are very poor.
Okay.
Yeah,
you are.
This year I see different problems in the school.
It's okay, very good. I like it. You have share your opinion. Okay, Isabel. So you need. Thank you for give us and for sharing this experience in your high school. And now it's, I think it's 10 o'clock.
Yes.
I'm going, yeah, I'm going to check the platform. I'm happy, very happy to share all your experiences here in this course. I hope you have a nice night. With, please check the material again. And I took the list: Brian, Laura, Gabriela, Lizette, Stephanie, Viviana, Lourdes, Maria Andrade, Fernanda Espinosa, Isabel Arevalo. You are here, and I'm going to put the attendance on the platform, and I'm going to send some, try to make that that activity, the activity that you were doing, the last activity, we're going to complete next Wednesday, and then you're going to upload on the file that I'm going to write by WhatsApp. I'm going to give you some instructions. I'm going to give you, you have to, I'm going to give you folders, okay, in which you're going to put in order everything that you're going to make with me. Okay, I'm gonna open folders for you. Okay, this is all for today. So what do you think about the course? What would you like? It's time, but you can share something or something that you was not clear.
Oh, I have a question.
Mhm.
Was there a level required to enter this course? A minimum level for students?
We have 3 levels. This is level 1. And we're going, yes, I have to write, we're going to evaluate over 100. Okay, and I'm going to put, I think you're gonna pass with 70. This is the minimum.
I'm asking you about the grading score. I'm asking you about the students here, the ones we are right now in the class. Was there a minimum level required for all the students to be here to enter to this course?
Level of English.
So everyone to have a B2 or?
I'm gonna ask that, but I think it's B1. I don't think, I'm going to ask because I don't know exactly, but I think it's B1 or B1. At least B1.
So the ones
do you have another student that want to enroll to this course, Lourdes?
Well,
I don't know, maybe. I'm gonna ask, okay?
Yeah, I was asking for that.
Yeah.
And
Okay, what is the
general?
The level?
I want because I'm used to working faster.
Okay, I'm gonna ask about the level. What is the requirements that people need to enroll to this course?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask to the master.
Try to do
B1 and B2.
Can we please try to do
B2?
B1 or B2?
B1 or B2?
Yes.
They told you? Okay.
Yes.
I suppose B1. B1, B2.
Oh, the minimum one. Okay.
The minimum.
So
I didn't know that.
less chatting. I mean, if we don't turn on our cameras, so it's up to us, I guess it. So it would be better if we turn on our cameras, but try to do speaking because it's better if we speak more. So
I need you to see you because everyone, Brian, Maria, Laura, please try to open the camera. I want to see you.
When you say, for example, try to do this in the chat. So it's better if we don't care if we make mistakes. Just don't be afraid of making mistakes. It's better if you express your ideas.
Exactly. If you want to chat. If you want to speak. There is no problem. There is no problem. You have mistake. You have to practice. The purpose of this course is to share our experiences. Okay, I can share my experiences. I have been teaching adults, kids, and I'm teaching a student at the university too. I can share many things, and you can share things like, for example, Isabel, right? Isabel told us about her job, right?
Yeah, but because of the number, it would be better to do more speaking, just less chatting.
Okay, it's a good recommendation.
Yeah.
Okay, another, you can chat by WhatsApp too and share things. Or I'm going to put a lot of question on a forum. I'm going to show you again the questions. Present yourself. Present yourselves. I have here. I put things about me at the forum. I'm going to write tomorrow the things that I'm going to grade. Okay? To be in order to be a word, right? This is the material, as I told you, forum, topic one, that's activity, forum, where are you from? Welcome. In this part, are you going to write comments about things that I'm gonna ask? This is about me. This is about me. Then this is about you. You have to, tomorrow or this week, I'm gonna check what, this is the question that I have established in this forum to let your classmate know a little about you. What grades do you currently teach? How long have you been teaching? Okay, try to present yourself, and in this way we can share many things. Okay, another comment about this course, something that you have to say.
Yes. So we have to register or attendance.
Sorry, excuse me.
Do we have to register or attendance?
Yeah, I'm going to check. I'm going to check your attendance. I have written your names here, and then I'm gonna put the check. Okay, don't worry about that. You're not gonna do that. I'm going to do it, right? Okay, because I'm trying to